Hi and welcome. My name is Dr. John Mason, with Masters of the Journey, and I'm really privileged and happy to have Jerry Bedlington with me today. He's going to be doing a presentation for us on October 15th in Bellingham, Washington for our monthly meeting. Jerry's has a website because he does work with angel teams, and it's going to be a fascinating presentation. He's going to tell us a little bit more about that at the presentation. Today he's going to introduce himself a bit, and his website, his webpage, if you're interested, is www.angelteamhealing.com. That's angelteamhealing.com. And again, we're doing this on October 15th at 1 o'clock in downtown Bellingham. And I want to also, if in case you notice, I'm coming to you from San Giammano, Italy, in the Tuscany region, and we have got obviously a spiritual force behind me, and that makes it very appropriate for me to introduce to you to Jerry and have him tell us a little bit about himself. So welcome, Jerry, and thanks for being here.
Well, thanks, John. I appreciate your taking the moment to let me present this to everybody. Folks, basically, I'm an aircraft mechanic. I have FAA ratings, A&P license as such, and I've been in the aviation field for 30 years. As time passed, I looked at the spiritual profile of how do you connect with the angels and the Creator, and it never really resonated in what I was coming up against. And I took a class on the auric field. There I learned I could hear the angelic presence. It wasn't real good, but it was a start. Then I had a class from a woman that taught Tibetan metaphysics. There I learned how to bring angels in and how to do energy surgery. So with these two new skills, I was just kind of going along my way and enjoying my new skills working with the angels. And I was able to listen to them and to communicate, but I also used a pendulum in dowsing. If I got into situations where I was doing a lot of stuff, I dowsed. So as time passed, my ex-wife had cancer. And she asked me to come back in to settle her estate and be with her as she passed. There I learned how to bring a clairvoyant in. And a clairvoyant has visual capabilities. They can see in the physical plane. They can flip into the spirit plane. And my request is that I need to see what was going on in the spirit plane around her. And so as each day I would call the clairvoyant up and we would pull a hologram up and look at her and see what was going on. And then he would watch as I instructed the angels. I only had 10 angels at the time I was working with. And he would watch the angels as they would go in and implement what I had requested to support her. As time passed, she did pass on, and I was with her there. And I had come back in the next day when she passed, and her soul was up in the corner of the ceiling. And the clairvoyant gave me a heads up, and I brought two transition teams in, and within 30 minutes, she had severed the silver cord and was taken on home to the Creator. So at this point, I have done about 4,000 sessions working with angels where I've brought them in. And the reason people would come to me is because when they don't get answers, then I go in and I find what's going on interdimensionally, physical side of the fence, spirit side of the fence. And then the clairvoyant watches as I instruct the angels and watches as the angels implement what I have asked them to do, and then gives me clarification. We've got completion. So that's kind of what I do. I just coordinate the teams. That's all my objective is make sure the teams are in place and that they're supporting the individuals that I'm working with for their best and highest good.
The work that you're doing is almost unbelievable, and yet I have experienced the work that you and your team do, and so I definitely vouch for the experience as being powerful and interesting. And I would really encourage anybody who is in the Bellingham area to come in on October 15th, which is a Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and see Jerry's full presentation. And I know he's going to do some exercises and demonstrations at that time. We have another video that talks a little bit about what you can expect, and we'll provide the link to that. But Jerry, is there anything that you want to say before we shut this down for right now?
I look forward to all those that are interested in angels. Just a note, when you come out of that presentation on the 15th, I'll have angels touching your hand. I'll explain what you're feeling and their connection. And when you do go home, you'll be able to connect with them back again, because I'll show you how to do that. And I always want everybody to be connected to the angelic presence straight away. You don't have to go to any place else. You should. That's your privilege as a human to be connected to them.
That's amazing. And if you can't wait, you can get in touch with Jerry through his webpage, which is at angelteamhealing.com. Angelteamhealing.com. That's Jerry Bedlington. And we're coming at you from the Pacific Northwest. We'll see you on the 15th. Thanks for your time and attention.